Have you ever looked at a patch of weeds in your garden and felt a twinge of frustration, wishing they would just disappear? Well, what if I told you that those very weeds, the ones you're trying to get rid of, could actually become some of the most powerful allies in your garden? That's right. Today on Nature's Flora, we're going to unlock the hidden potential of weeds, showing you how to turn them into organic fertilizers, compost boosters, and even nutrient-rich liquid feeds that can supercharge your plants. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment letting me know where you're watching from, share this video with your gardening friends, and subscribe so you never miss another tip that will make your garden flourish. Let's start with the simplest approach: chop and drop. This method is as straightforward as it sounds. You gather your weeds, snip them into smaller pieces, and simply let them fall back onto the soil. By cutting them into smaller bits, you accelerate decomposition, allowing the plant material to break down and enrich the soil faster. The beauty of this method is its flexibility. You don't have to return the weeds to the same spot you collected them from. Any bare or underutilized patch of soil will do just fine. A few rules will make this technique more effective. Always work on a dry day to prevent weeds from rerooting immediately. Avoid using weeds that have gone to seed to stop spreading, and steer clear of incorporating roots from perennial or creeping weeds unless you are certain they will decompose fully. For the majority of weeds, particularly annuals that sprout, flower, and set seed within a single season, a sharp hoe is your best friend. When used correctly, a hoe slices weeds at ground level, cutting the problem down before it spreads. This isn't just a way to remove weeds, it's also a form of chop and drop. The top parts of the plants fall back onto the soil and gradually wither, while the roots left behind decompose, adding organic matter to your garden beds. Over time, regular hoeing can help reduce the weed seed bank in your soil, making future weed growth less of a problem. And remember, just like a dedicated cover crop or green manure, chopped weeds improve soil structure and fertility. If your garden is overrun and you have limited time, consider letting some weeds grow and using them for compost. Larger weeds like nettles are perfect for this. Fresh green weeds are rich in nitrogen, which balances out browns in your compost such as prunings, fallen leaves, or even cardboard. Chop them into smaller pieces to speed up decomposition, or, even run a lawnmower over them for extra pulverization. Perennial weeds like bindweed can be tackled differently. Drying them in the sun or submerging them in water will eventually neutralize their roots, preventing further spread. Now, let's talk about one of my favorite applications, weed tea, a quick and nutrient-rich liquid fertilizer. Different weeds accumulate different nutrients in their leaves, so using a mix gives you a broad-spectrum feed. For a general-purpose weed tea, combine a range of weeds, such as nettles, ground elder, grass, and roots. Chop them up to speed the breakdown, layer them in a bucket, and cover with rainwater, which is chlorine-free and ideal for microbial activity. For a nutrient boost, add a handful of mature leaf mold or compost to inoculate the brew with beneficial bacteria. Over the next 1 to 2 weeks, the weeds will ferment, releasing their nutrients into the water. The resulting tea will have a rich, dark, pond-like consistency and can be diluted with water, roughly 1 part weed tea to 10 parts water, before applying to your garden beds, containers, and young transplants. This approach ensures your plants get a continuous supply of nutrients and reduces waste in the garden. For a more concentrated liquid feed, comfrey or its relative alkanet is ideal. These deep-rooted plants draw nutrients from deep in the soil, concentrating them in their leaves. Chop the leaves, pack them tightly into a perforated bucket, and place weights on top to encourage the liquid to seep out. Collect the nutrient-rich drippings into a secondary bucket for storage and future use. Because this feed is highly concentrated, dilute it further, 1 part feed to 20 parts water, before applying to your crops. This method is less pungent than weed tea and perfect for those with a sensitive nose, while still delivering an incredible nutrient punch for fruiting crops like tomatoes and peppers. By embracing weeds as a resource rather than a nuisance, you transform your garden into a sustainable, self-replenishing ecosystem. From chopping and dropping to composting and brewing liquid fertilizers, these once problematic plants become essential contributors to soil health, plant vigor, and overall garden productivity. If you found these tips valuable, make sure to like, comment, and share this video with your friends who want to elevate their gardening game. And don't forget to subscribe to Nature's Flora for more practical, in-depth, and sustainable gardening strategies. With the right approach, even the most persistent weeds can become your garden's secret weapon.